Welcome to Growth Formula. Success is not a coincidence. Success is a formula. Join our transformation journey and subscribe now.
Success is not a coincidence. Success is a formula. Last time, we decoded the biology of habits and how a 1% shift can rewrite your future. But today, we are facing a much darker truth. Today, we realize that most people are living a lie, running a race they've already lost because they are using the wrong map. Welcome to Growth Formula. Today, we are tearing apart and rebuilding the foundations of human effectiveness with Stephen Covey's masterpiece, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Imagine you are attending a funeral, but as you walk into the room, you realize the funeral is yours. This isn't just a thought experiment, it is the ultimate reality check. You see your family, your friends, and your colleagues. What do you want them to say about you? Do you want them to remember your bank account or your job title? Or do you want them to speak about your character, your integrity, and the way you made them feel? This is the most terrifying question you will ever face, yet most people live their entire lives avoiding it. They are busy climbing the ladder of success, sweating, struggling, and fighting every inch of the way, only to reach the top and realize, with a soul-crushing shock, that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. They were efficient, yes, but they were not effective. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. We live in a world obsessed with hacks. We want the quick fix, the social shortcut, the personality ethic that teaches us how to fake a smile and manipulate people into liking us. But Stephen Covey warns us that this is like painting the leaves of a dying tree while the roots are rotting underground. You cannot have the fruit without the roots. You cannot have success without character. To change your life, you don't need a new tip. You need a radical paradigm shift. You need to realize that you don't see the world as it is. You see it as you are. If your internal map is wrong, working harder only gets you lost faster. Think about it. If you are in Chicago but have a map of Detroit, no amount of positive thinking or speed will help you. You will just get to the wrong place faster. The 7 habits are not a to-do list. They are the fundamental laws of the human soul. They are the journey from the prison of dependence to the power of independence, and finally to the glory of interdependence. The journey begins with the most explosive realization a human can have. Habit 1, be proactive. Most people are reactive. They are like weather vanes moving wherever the wind blows. If the weather is good, they feel good. If someone is mean to them, they become mean. They are slaves to their environment, living in a constant state of I have to, I can't, or he made me do it. They blame their parents, their boss, their genetics, or the economy. But between the stimulus and the response, there is a tiny, microscopic space. And in that space lies your entire destiny. In that space, you have the power to choose. Proactive people are the creators, the architects, the programmers of their own lives. They don't wait for things to happen, they happen to things. Covey tells a story of a man who complained his wife didn't love him anymore. Covey's advice was simple: love her. The man was confused, but the feeling of love isn't there. Covey replied, love is a verb. Love the feeling is a fruit of love the verb. So love her, serve her, sacrifice, listen to her. Reactive people focus on the circle of concern, things they can't control, like the weather or the news. Proactive people focus on the circle of influence, things they can change. When you stop complaining about the rain and start building an ark, your circle of influence expands. You are not a victim of your past, you are the master of your future. Every time you say, I choose, you are taking back the remote control of your life. This is the first step in the growth formula, responsibility. But if you are the programmer, what is the program? This leads us into the darkness of habit 2, begin with the end in mind. This is the habit of leadership. Everything in this world is created twice. First, it is a mental creation, a blueprint, a thought, a vision. Then it becomes a physical reality. If you do not consciously create your own vision, you are living by default. You are letting your parents, your boss, and your society write the script for your life. You are an actor in someone else's movie. Think about a captain of a ship. If he leaves the harbor without a destination, he is just drifting. He might be busy managing the sails, but he is going nowhere. To break free, you must write a personal mission statement. You must define your core. What do you stand for? What is your burning yes? When you have a clear vision of your end, you stop being distracted by the urgent noise of the world. You become unshakable because your compass is set to your own North Star. Now comes the hard part. Writing the program is leadership, but running the program is habit 3. Put first things first. This is the battle of the will. We are drowning in a sea of urgent tasks, notifications, fires to put out, meaningless meetings. We feel busy, but we aren't moving. This is where most people fail in their growth formula. Covey teaches us that effectiveness is found in the important but not urgent quadrant. This is where relationship building, long-term planning, and personal growth live. These are the things that don't scream at you today, but if you ignore them, they will destroy you tomorrow. Imagine a field. If you don't plant seeds in the spring, important but not urgent, you will have nothing to eat in the fall. You must have the courage to say no to the good, so you can say yes to the best. Don't prioritize your schedule your priorities. This is the private victory. This is where you become the master of yourself.
But no man is an island. To reach the peak of the growth formula, we must step into the world of others. But before we do, we must understand the emotional bank account. Every interaction you have is either a deposit or a withdrawal. Kindness is a deposit. Breaking a promise is a withdrawal. If your account with someone is overdrawn, communication becomes a minefield. This leads us to habit 4. Think win-win. Most people are programmed with a scarcity mindset. They think life is a pie, and if you take a big slice, there's less for them. They think for them to win, you must lose. This is a poisonous way to live. It turns every relationship into a battlefield. But the abundance mindset realizes that the pie is infinite. Win-win is not about being nice. It is about being brave. It is a commitment to find a third alternative, a solution that makes both sides better. If you can't find a win-win, you must have the integrity to walk away with no deal. This protects the relationship and keeps your character intact. To reach a win-win, you must master the rarest skill on earth. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is the most important skill in communication. Most people listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. They are waiting for their turn to speak, filtering everything through their own ego. Oh, I know exactly how you feel. When I was your age. This is like a doctor trying to perform surgery without an X-ray. To truly influence someone, you must first let them influence you. You must practice empathic listening. This means listening with your eyes and your heart, not just your ears. You are looking for the feeling behind the words. When you truly understand someone, the air of defensiveness disappears. The barriers melt away. This is the secret key that unlocks every door in human relationships. Only after you have understood can you seek to be understood. This takes immense courage, but it is the only way to build a bridge between two souls. When you combine win-win with deep understanding, you trigger habit 6, synergize. This is the growth formula in its highest form. Synergy is not compromise. Compromise is 1 + 1 = 1.5. Synergy is 1 + 1 = 10, 100, or 1,000. It is the magic that happens when two people with different backgrounds, different ideas, and different perspectives come together to create something that neither
neither could have created alone. Think about a piece of wood. It can support a certain amount of weight, but if you put two pieces of wood together, they can support much more than twice the weight. That is synergy. It is a celebration of differences. If two people have the same opinion, one of them is unnecessary. You don't tolerate differences, you seek them out, because they are the raw material for greatness. This is where true innovation and out-of-the-box thinking happens. Finally, to keep the formula running, you must master habit 7, sharpen the saw. This is the habit of renewal. Imagine a man who has been sawing a tree for 5 hours. He is bloody, exhausted, and the saw is dull. You tell him, "Stop and sharpen the saw," and he screams, "I don't have time to sharpen the saw, I'm too busy sawing." This is the tragedy of the modern world. We are so busy working that we forget to work on the machine, which is us. You must take time every single day to renew yourself in 4 dimensions: physically, through exercise and nutrition; mentally, through reading and writing; socially, through meaningful connection; and spiritually, through meditation and revisiting your values. If you don't sharpen the saw, the blade will become dull and you will eventually burn out. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Success is not a destination, it is a system of effectiveness. It is a formula that requires you to take responsibility, lead with vision, and act with integrity. If your life feels like a mess, the problem isn't your luck, it's your system. The 7 habits are the ultimate system for human greatness. They are the transition from the you world to the I world, and finally to the we world. Focus on the identity you want to build. Focus on the 1% improvements, and most importantly, focus on the process. That is the growth formula. If you found this breakdown valuable, don't let the cycle stop here. Hit the subscribe button to join our community and unlock the secrets of the world's greatest books. Every week, we bring you a new formula for success. Which of these 7 habits are you starting to sharpen today? Let us know in the comments below. Let's grow together.